Welcome back. You know, learning art can be very daunting, especially when you look at the quality and the amount of work that exists out there. And frankly, it's quite hard to compete or even see yourself painting something amazing like Blue Ways over here. Yeah, I know. How am I right? My advice is just to start small. Give yourself some time to improve and be more realistic about your art goals. You're not going to get good overnight, and there is no shortcut. All you gotta do though is put some time in, study, and draw at the same time. And before you know it, you realize that you're actually getting better. So today, here are three artists that I found on Instagram and YouTube that I think you should learn from if you're just starting out. Right out of the gate, we have Emilio Alcala. Emilio should be considered as a staple in the art community if you're trying to learn dynamic poses. What I like about him is that he doesn't show how good he is with polished paintings. And I'm pretty sure he can do that too. Instead, he aims to teach beginners how to draw in a very simple, non-intimidating sort of way. He already has a lot of content behind his Instagram. However, if you really want to get into the meat of his content, I think you should follow his YouTube instead. Over there, he breaks down a lot of his thought process, and he will teach you how to draw the human body in simple shapes, and eventually, you should be able to draw a mannequin out of it. In fact, the reference for this drawing is taken from Emilio's Instagram as a study. By the way, like and subscribe if you find this helpful so far. Number 2 is Jaekwang Park. His Instagram is a mix of styles from really complex and dynamic scenes like this to really simple art studies like this. The reason why I would recommend him for beginners is that he shows you what the fruit of your study will look like, what a simple drawing can turn into with enough dedication. His content shows you the importance of understanding what you are drawing first before learning how to draw it. Besides this, I love the fact that he draws a lot of traditional art. I always appreciate traditional art and traditional artists since I'm seeing a lot less of them recently. He doesn't just stick to one subject too. Look at these variations. And yes, that's him drawing on a massive canvas. How cool is that? But drawing something like this goes to show that you don't need an expensive tablet or a computer to draw something epic. All you need is your wits and your fundamentals. Finally, a more popular creator, Mark Burnett. Mark has been in the industry for a very long time, and yet he maintains a very simple art style and art process. He has around 1.8 million subscribers on YouTube, and I think that number is still growing. He may be able to render amazing illustrations like this, but when you watch his videos and his breakdowns as to how he came about that result, you'll see that it's actually not complicated at all. You'll see that everything he does is actually very simple and easy to understand, and that the way he approaches a painting is very friendly to beginners. Luckily, he has a plethora of content online that you can learn from. He pretty much breaks down his art process every time he makes a video. And he also breaks down other artists' process and art style to make it his own, which is also what I'm trying to do here on my channel. For beginner artists out there, Mark is someone who you should look up to. Anyways, those are my top 3 artists I could find on YouTube and Instagram that I think beginners can learn from the most. Tell me, which artist would you like me to cover next? Comment down below and your recommendations might be my next video. One more thing, I recently created a new Discord server and it's mostly empty right now, but I hope you can all join in so we can do more fun stuff in the future and maybe you can just hang out sometimes, you know? Link in the description down below. Of course, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and bye-bye you!